Good morning everyone, welcome to another vlog here on the World of Coasters. Today we are at Drayton Manor theme park near Tamworth, England, which isn't far from Birmingham. Well, it's here at the beginning of the day. We got our tickets. It's a Saturday today, and I'm looking forward to the day here, aren't you? I'm sure a lot of you are already aware, Drayton Manor recently went into administration, and the Loopings group, European theme park group, bought them out. They own Pleasurewood Hills, they own West Midlands Safari Park, which we've all done on this mega trip. But yeah, they're now under new management, so hopefully this park will see some more investment, because over the years it's been a bit neglected. Obviously over here we got G-Force, or what used to be where G-Force was, the now X-Car coaster. It's now a totally empty plot. It'd be interesting to see what they do here. If we're lucky, we'll see a new coaster there in the future. Maybe not next year, but in the next few years' time, hopefully a coaster will go there. Anyway, Drayton Manor is a park that runs a virtual queuing system using their app. So it's the first time we've been to a park running a virtual queue. So it'd be interesting to see how that works. They're obviously doing social distancing, they've got hand sanitizer everywhere. We'll have a look at some of the markers they've got in the queues and just see how their general operations are. It's a Saturday, like I've already said, so it's going to be a bit busier today. But I'm generally excited. I do like this park. It's just fallen into a bit of neglect over the years. So anyway, we're going to find our first ride. Ride's open at 10:30 and go from there. So at the moment it's around 10:15, so the virtual queuing system hasn't started. We're going to hang around Shockwave. This is the 1994 Intamin stand-up coaster. You know, this mega trip we've actually ridden all the roller coasters from 1994. Obviously this one opened, Nemesis opened at Alton Towers, and the big one at Blackpool. So last time we came on the trip where we did all three of those parks, this one was closed. So I've only actually been on this one once, and I really did enjoy it. We got a front row last time. So yeah, I'm really excited to get on this one. Only short and sweet, but it is the only stand-up coaster in the UK and only one of two stand-up coasters found in Europe. So you may notice this track looks very similar to B&M's track. That's because the founders of B&M used to work for Intamin, and when they designed the stand-up coaster, they designed it with their track, which is now renowned as the B&M track. Obviously it's got some slight different couplers at the top here. But yeah, it's essentially B&M track, which has helped it be a bit smoother over the years, but yeah. Right, so the park's yet to actually open their rides. Obviously it opens from 9:30, but that's the zoo. But yeah, they've got their app now, and I don't know how well you can see, but you've got rides that you have to wear face coverings on, which from what I can tell are the majority. So we're going on the first ride of the day. Shockwave should be on either the first train or the second train. I'm going to guess the second train. So we'll see you when we get off the ride. So we've just come off the first ride of the day. We were on the third train, first front row.
Always front row?
It was good. That's the second time I've ridden that, and it was front row. But this is the first time I've ridden it when it wasn't absolutely bucketing it down, like last season when we came. I do like that one though. It's just a very unique sensation. There's not much to it, and to be honest, I don't think you'd want it to be overly long.
It's not very forced though. I would say if you're worried about the force, it's not very very portable, but I've only ever been on the front.
I'd say if you don't want as much force, sit in the middle, because the outside kind of, especially on the 0G roll, flings you a bit.
I was like in the middle lane.
But it was a very good experience. They're not social distancing rows on the rides, but then that is quite a big coaster. They are social distancing groups with one seat between the two. We had one party next to us, and they did actually say, do you want to sit there or do you want to go to the second row?
Yeah, they gave you the choice, but to be honest, you were so close in the queue, it was like...
Yeah, there are social distancing markers around the park on the floor, but no one really paying attention to them. Anyway, we're just going to have a walk around the park now. I don't think it's going to be overly busy here today. You're looking at probably maybe 20-30 minute queue tops, but that ride is running one train and it's not really got much of a queue. No. We're just coming past Maelstrom now, and the crowds are starting to come into the park. The virtual queuing system doesn't appear to be operational today. I'm on their app looking at it, but it just doesn't seem to be popping up. I wonder if it's just something they're doing during more peak days. It is a weekend today, so I would expect it to be in operation. But we'll have to see whether it pops up throughout the day. One of the nicest views you can get in a theme park here. It's got a great skyline, Drayton Manor, Stormforce 10 and Shockwave with the swinging ship going. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. So we're heading towards our next ride of the day, which is going to be the Zampala powered coaster, the Buffalo roller coaster. I really do like it. It's quite a strange little layout. It's got this like out and back track, so obviously it only can have one train because it's powered, but also it can only have one train because if you were to run two trains along this bit of track, they would they'd impact each other, because the train, as you see if it goes overhead, overhangs the other side of the track. It's just a very unique looking powered coaster. I haven't seen many of these. So we've waited about 15 minutes to get on the Buffalo coaster then. Obviously there's social distancing between groups on that one, just one row between a group. I haven't seen them sanitising rides yet, but I imagine they are like all theme parks. They are providing hand sanitisers at the exits of the ride, which is good. And it looks like it is busying up substantially here. We got like a decent level of crowds now, when you say the queues are getting quite long. Like the thing about Drayton Manor, because a lot has been closed over the recent years due to like the park struggling, it's a bit more of a chill day for us today. Like obviously the 4D cinema's closed. I'm not sure about the Haunting. I think, yeah, the Haunting is closed, which is a shame. That's the madhouse they've got here. I think we're heading over to Apocalypse now, just to have a look how long the queue is. I'd like Louise to join me on this one. This is the best drop tower in the UK. The stand-up floorless side is amazing on this. Obviously it's an Intamin drop tower, and I just love them. The only other one I've been on is Hurricane Condor at Portaventura, which is a lot taller than this. So you get to choose whether you do stand up or sit down, as you can see there. And yeah, we're going to get on this one and go from there. So Apocalypse, next ride of the day. So at the moment it is having a little bit of downtime, which is a shame. Apparently maintenance teams are on site right now and they're just testing it, so we'll linger around and see whether we can get on it in a minute. So while Apocalypse is down, we're going to just turn around 180 degrees and go on Sheriff Showdown. This used to be the the ride sponsored by Golden Nuggets and used to have the mascots of it.
Amazing.
Yeah, it had all the old mascots on it, and it's basically the same ride. They just got rid of the sponsorship. It looks like since we went on it last year, it's been given a bit of TLC, some new signage and a new sign out the front. It's got a bit of a queue, it's probably about 15-20 minutes. It's good to see there are signages for wearing face coverings in the queues on this one, because it's obviously enclosed, and on the ride of this one.
Okay, ready? Here we go.
Right, so we've just got off of Sheriff Showdown. It's very difficult to social distance in the queue for that one. I don't think it's very well implemented. There's no markings on the floor because there's like a metal mesh on the floor.
Yeah.
Very close quarters in there. There is hand sanitizer before you get on the ride, but they're not asking you to use it, which most interactive rides around the country they are like saying hand sanitizer before you get on. The most hilarious thing I thought was when we got on the ride operator telling every single person, if you want, when you're in the ride, you can take your mask off. And yeah, it's not like a big sprawled out dark ride. It happens all in one like showroom, doesn't it? Which I'd say is
it's not necessary. It's a really short ride anyway. Why would you need to take your mask off?
yeah, it's like not the greatest social distancing in that one. Not very impressed. We probably won't be revisiting that one. You can kind of see from here the queue is just not social distanced at all.
It's worse actually.
Yeah, it is worse inside. Like I said, it's got the mesh floor. Anyway, we're going to go on Apocalypse, of which I think the stand-up floor is currently down. So we're going to be going on the sit-down. Oh, don't just watch me.
Yeah.
Come on. You love a drop tower. You love a drop tower, and this is by far the best in the country. Right, so we're going on the sit-down side because the stand-up side is currently down at the moment. I don't think there's going to be much of a queue for this one. When we last came here, I went on the stand-up floorless. I didn't go on the sit-down, so this is a new side of the tower for me. It actually has, I think, 5 or 6 drop sides, but only a few of them are in operation today. Not much of a queue at all, maybe like 5 minutes and we'll be on it. I really love a ride on Apocalypse, and that's my first time on the sit-down side, and it's just such a good free-falling sensation, that ride. What did you think of it though? It's a good one, isn't it?
It was a good one.
It's the best. It is the best drop tower in the country. It's about 130, 140 foot maybe.
It's a shop.
There's 2 shops, isn't there? So you've got one round the corner. So hopefully later I can get Louise on the stand-up side, the stand-up floorless. The weird thing being is there's no queue for that side. That side is just walk on.
That's scary.
It is more scary. The stand-up floorless tips you out as you go, but it's just the free-falling sensation on that is amazing. Anyway, we're just coming past the accelerator now, which is the Vekoma Junior Boomerang. I'll probably give this one a go later, but it is full capacity at the moment. The queue is actually coming out of the building. So we'll have to give this one a go later. Obviously this was themed to Ben 10, which is what some of these spikes up here are. But now it's got like a car theme to it. I do like what they've done to it. So the 4D cinema sadly is closed today. I do like the Ice Age No Time for Nuts. This is a this runs at quite a few cinemas. It even ran at Alton Towers for a time, and it is a good 4D show. As you can see, the Q4 accelerator. Like I say, the social distancing isn't the best here, and staff don't seem to be really telling people to social distance, even though there are markers. Right, so here's the toy shop. Face masks are sold here, and they have a capacity of 10 guests in here at a time, and touch to buy, so only touch it if you want to buy it. So they've converted it to a one-way system in here. They've got their like standard merch along here, like so you've got your keychains, your pins, and your fridge magnet. I've already got the pin for here. I do like it. It's just a logo. I wish more parks would do their logo as a pin. coming up to around lunchtime now, and the crowds are quite full in here. Like, the only problem with this park is there's not a massive amount to do because they've closed a lot. We'll show you the old rides that are closed, which is like the dodgems around here, and go from there. So we've come towards the centre of the park now, and we're near the dodgems, which I love these dodgems. They're so well themed, but sadly they're closed this season to help with social distancing and contact. So you can't get around there. They've then got the Jolly Buccaneer, which is a like sea storm ride by Mack, and over here in this massive overgrown show building was one of their dark rides, which was like a Pirates of the Caribbean style boat ride. It'd be nice to see the new management now if they'd reuse this show building, because it's a massive show building with a good ride by the looks of it. It was nothing spectacular, but it was a pretty good ride. So, because obviously it's a peak day, they are queuing you to get in and out or in Thomas Land, so you've got to queue up, and once it gets to capacity they hold you in the queue. So let's go into Thomas Land. So we're now in the busiest area of the park, which is Thomas Land here, one of the best themed children's lands in the UK. You know, you've got the likes of Thomas Land, you've got Peppa Pig World at Portons Park, CBeebies Land at Alton Towers, so there's plenty of these for kids, and this just keeps this park up there. Obviously it's going to be the busiest area in the park, as you can see. It's got some really good theming and lots of Thomas merch and rides for people to do. I was just saying to Louise, if this park didn't have Thomas Land, I would say that it would really struggle with getting guests through the gate, but thankfully this is a really well themed area, and as you can see it's rammed, which makes it very difficult to social distance. There's a queue for the troublesome truckers, which is going out of the entrance and down. Again, social distancing isn't too great in that queue. That's just a Gerstlauer like family coaster. It's nothing to really be amazed at. We'll probably give that one a miss, to be honest, because the queue's quite long for it. So we've got a good selection of rides here. We've got Jeremy's Flying School. This Toby's Tram Express, which I love the ride system for this. I think it's just really innovative. I think we're actually going to get in the queue for this one if it isn't too bad, and get spun around on top of a tornado. So we've just been on Toby's Tram Express.
With a little girl just staring at us the whole ride. It's like she couldn't believe that there was two people
with no children. We've got to train ourselves up, because one day we'll surely have children, and when we do, they're going to want to go on these spinny rides. And like I said in previous vlogs, spinning rides aren't my forte, but that one wasn't too bad. Anyway, I think we're going to leave Thomas Land now. Are we going to take the train, because it's got quite a queue, or are we going to just walk it? Okay, so we're going to leave Thomas Land, maybe come back later when it quietens off a bit, and head towards the zoo. So in the time that we've been in Thomas Land, and I went back to the car to get some bits, so 5 minutes, they've put away the fencing for Thomas Land, so they've given up with the capacity for it. So we're going to come back there later. As you can see, it is really quite busy here, but it is a beautiful day today. I'm not going to lie, it's making me want to go on Storm Force 10 now. But it is a super soaker, so it's going to be the last ride of the day for us. I don't know whether we're going to be here till 5 o'clock. It depends, because the thing is, we're only back in the Premier Inn tonight, so there's not much to go back for, and it is a good park. There's just not a whole lot to do here, really.
As an adult, okay, but as adults without children, it's limited.
Like, the Thomas Land's amazing, but this side of the park, if I'm brutally honest, it needs some more attractions, it needs some more rides. I just feel that too much is closed really, and obviously with G-Force being removed, the Pirate Dark Ride being removed a few years ago, Dodgem's closed, Haunting closed. There's just not a whole lot for us to do. But we're still enjoying the day, and we're going to head around, get some lunch and go see some animals in the zoo. So we're stopping for lunch now, and we haven't brought anything with us, so we're going to have to get something from in here, which they do sausage rolls and all that sort of thing in here. It's a bit of a queue because they've only got the one booth open, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll let you know what the food's like when we got it. Right, so we sat down for lunch, got myself a piece of Chicago Town pizza. Can't go wrong, $2.95. What's your sausage roll like, Lou?
Very hard.
Very hard, but it tastes alright.
It's average,
for
yeah.
$1.95.
I can eat it, yeah.
Good, good. So we're going to have this, then we're going to have a look around the zoo, see what they got to offer in the animals. It should be a bit quiet around that side of the park. Right, so now we're in the zoo, we're going to have a look around all the enclosures. We're going to go into the reptile house first, which is just behind us here. It's got a little bit of a queue, that seems to be limiting the amount of people inside. And the zoo also has a one-way system in place. However, the signage isn't too great. They've got an arrow on the floor. We just found out there is no sign at the beginning of the one-way system, so there are people coming the wrong way for it. So after about a 10-minute queue, we go into the reptile house, which they're running a one-way system, so you get to see every enclosure. There are distancing markers on the floor, which is good to see, and yeah, we're going to have a look, see what we can see in the animals. What have we got there? Got a little orange one here. So small. Just chilling. I feel half the fun of coming into these reptile houses is finding the animal, of which this chameleon I can't see. It's blending in with its surroundings. At least they're nice enough in some of the enclosures to put a nobody's home sign to save us scouting out. It does seem like they're limiting the groups quite well in here, and social distancing is pretty good. Fact of the day, you've got poisonous and venomous. Non-roller coaster fact of the day. Poisonous is when you inhale or absorb or you eat something, and venomous is from a bite or a sting. That is the fact of the day. Guess it's lunchtime in the tortoise enclosure. Right, so the reptile house is now done. It was actually quite well implemented in there. The social distancing was good, and the one-way system worked very well. They have hand sanitizers come in and out.
That's because they had staff though, didn't they?
It was being managed.
Yeah, if that wasn't managed, that would be
a free-for-all.
Free-for-all.
So yeah, we're going to head deeper into the zoo. When we get to the other end though, we can't catch the train to Thomasland, as the train that goes into Thomasland is only one way of coming out. So they've got this here. This it does look quite new. Do you want to have a look? So they've got a tamarind trail. Let's have a look what's in here. So the tamarind trail is another one-way system, just a big loop around. See if we can see some tamarind monkeys.
New arrivals, babies.
I think they might be in their indoor section though by the looks of the crowds. This one's not being managed by staff, and there are signages saying don't overtake, but obviously that's not exactly happening. But there's some good animals in here. You can get some good views of some monkeys. Oh. We've got some more emperor tamarins over here. Just having a little cuddle over there with their great big bushy beards. Oh, we got no focus. We're focusing on the mesh. The one-way system in the zoo is actually working really well. I haven't seen a single person coming back, which is good to see. Yeah, it looks like the area over here that was being refurbished last year, if you've watched our last vlog from here, is still under refurbishment, so hopefully that'll be done soon. We've got a northern lynx here, just minding his own business, and a little bit of a afternoon walk across his tree. Look at that, a very short tail. So in this cage we've got the snowy owls. There's obviously one there. And there's a couple at the back. I'd zoom in, but I know what's going to happen. It'll just focus on the metal. So here we are at the other end of the zoo now, where the train goes back to the Thomasland. But it said that you couldn't go into Thomasland from there. But there are people on the train going back the other way, so maybe they've changed the rules now. Right, so obviously with this being the other end of the train stop for Thomas the Tank, there are a few more Thomas rides around this area. Just a little tiny extension. To be honest, I reckon one day they'll end up building a proper area for it, but there's just like a little truck ride and all that when we get around there. I can show you when we get around the corner. And they've also got some exhibitions down here, which just show a massive model off of Thomas the Tank. Obviously to aid with social distancing and keeping contact down, they've got Terence's driving school down at the moment. It's just like a truck driving school where you get your little digger and you just drive it around. As I said earlier, you've got the exhibition here which we're going in a moment, and then Louise is being drawn ever closer to the rabbit enclosure at the back of this. Just back there.
Sanitisation clean.
So they've actually got it closed at the moment for sanitising, so it opens in about 8 minutes time. So by the time we finish looking at the rabbits, I know how long Louise will stare at the rabbits for, we might be able to go in and have a look at some of the exhibition. We've got some goats up here just having a chill in the sun. It's beautiful weather this afternoon. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all waited for. Louise cooing over more rabbits.
They're not close enough.
They're just
bunnies.
two of them just nesting in here. I believe last time we came here they were just chilling down the side here.
Yeah.
And they're staring.
They've cleared the space there.
So yeah, they're just having a little chill in the shade because the sun's out. It's quite warm actually now. And it's been a whole week since you've seen your bunnies last.
I know, it's so sad. They're not as cute as my bunnies. The white one's quite cute, but not as cute.
So yeah, you're not going to see them till Wednesday. So now we have done what we wanted to do today. That was the highlight of the day for you, I'm sure, Louise, to go see the rabbits.
I was disappointed with them bunnies.
They were just hiding away, weren't they?
They were just being boring. Like, I know my rabbits are boring, but like...
You like the ones in Flamingo Land that were out a bit more?
Yeah, they were like running around. There was like 8 of them to look at. I was loving that.
Anyway, we're going to head back into the zoo and go around the rest of the one-way system. We can catch a train back into Thomas Land from here. However, we're not going to. Once we've been through the zoo, there's only a few more rides we really want to do. Maybe get a re-ride on Shockwave, do the stand-up side of Apocalypse, and do Storm Force 10 to end the day. We'll be going here, Lou. Carnivorous plants, Venus flytraps and all that. Right, so we've come around to one of the animal-like walks around the back of the park here. Got some emus and all that. I must say, it was forecast to rain, so the fact that it hasn't rained is brilliant, so it makes Storm Force 10 all the more worthwhile, which, like I say, we'll be getting on later. It is a shame that I can't film POVs on this park for you, as it would be pretty cool. Huh? Oh, so we got some friends. Hey guys, you subscribe to Roller Coasters? Yeah, is that why you're following me? You want a picture? Well, I'm meant to be vlogging, but alright. Right, so we're now on the dino-like walkway. Just has some statues of all the dinosaurs and various details about them, so you can learn all about your dinosaurs along here. Just saying to Louise, when we came here last season, it was in September as well, and it was absolutely dead here. It must have not fallen on a weekend. But you got the play park over here. One thing I did notice is there was a sign on the play park that said no more than 20 children. And I don't want to film the plane part too much for obvious reasons, but there are more than 20 children in there. It's the sort of thing where a member of staff should be stationed outside and say, look, sorry, we're at capacity, you know, but sadly they're not. But this isn't too bad. You've got some Protoceratops here. Where's our dino? There's our dino. We've got the Iguanodon here. Doing the conga. I said to Louise last time we came here, it looks like this iguanodon's doing the conga, and I was like, I really want to jump over the fence and stand there and join the conga line with this iguanodon. But obviously there is a fence in the way that I can't really hop over. Right, so this was like this last season. They do seem to be doing a bit of work along here, building new enclosures and all that. But here is the plan for the penguins. And they got the veterinarian hospital here. It does seem like this area is getting a nice bit of TLC, which is what it needs. But here you can actually see animals having their like checkups and all that, but I don't think there's going to be any animals on the table at the moment. Imagine if they had a big old tiger on there.
That'll be cool to watch, wouldn't it?
So there we go, we got a monkey just staring. What are you doing, mate? Just having a look?
You're nosy.
He's like, can you move? You're in the way. So we're coming towards the end of the zoo now, and we're just going through the parrot walk.
Oh.
Where all the parrots are chilling. Quite a lot of variety here. And this little guy is just having a little nap. Right, so the zoo's now done. It's 3 o'clock, and we're not far off of being done here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do the stand-up side of Apocalypse. I don't think Louise is going to join me on that one.
I want to just sit down with you.
Okay, well, I'll do stand-up, then we'll do sit-down together, yeah? And then we're going to go on Storm Force 10, and then, to be honest, we're probably going to call it. Like, they have got the Vekoma Junior Boomerang.
If it's got a short queue.
Yeah, but it has a really long queue, and most of it's indoors. And I'm really sorry to say, but like, this has been the worst park for social distancing that we've been to this season. They have the stuff there, but it's not being implemented at all. Like, it's a Saturday, it's a busier day, but compared to other parks we've been to, and we've been to a lot of parks, it's just not being implemented. Like, no one's like saying if people want social distancing. There's no announcements. It's just
Isn't
like
exactly like a safe area as well.
No, it's not. It's
quite high actually.
So yeah, we're going to have a look at the last couple of rides, and then probably going to be leaving, which is a shame because we come to this part last year and it was really good, but there's just a lot closed at the moment, and it's a bit overcrowded, to be honest. We're going to give the Vekoma Boomerang a miss. Like I say, got all the credits in this park, but as you can see here, there's very little in the way of social distancing going on. There is markers.
It's not bad, but it seems
most of the queue is inside as well.
I noticed that there's a staff member. That's what they need, that they're letting people in there.
So they're actually controlling this queue now, which earlier on that wasn't the case. We had a look down the entrance and they were just stacked inside. So they probably had a few complaints about that. Like I say, it's a shame. It's a lovely day today, and it's just being spoilt by the lack of social distancing. But there's our next ride. It's going to be Apocalypse. So the sit-down side, there's a little bit of a queue. Seems like they're actually holding people outside now, which is weird because this morning they weren't. But the stand-up side is pretty empty as normal. So given the fact the stand-up side has no queue, I'm going to give that a go. Louise, you going to join me?
I'm going to wait here with the bag.
Oh,
the bag lady.
Come on. We're on the floor.
What?
Trying to block bomb us. Come on, it'll be fun.
No, I'll watch him. It'll be fine.
You scared? Aww. A brilliant ride there on the stand-up side of Apocalypse. I just love that drop tower. It's so good, and the floorless stand-up side is just amazing. Not too long to wait on that one. Had to wait about 10 minutes in total, mainly because there was a bit of an issue with the party in front of me. There was a group of like youths, and they didn't have face masks, and they were like, oh, we don't wear them, and then they were like, well, you're not going on the ride then. Which is the most enforcement I've seen all day. Yeah. Anyway, it's actually coming up to 3:30 now, so we're going to go over towards Storm Force 10, which is going to be the last ride of the day. The Super Soaker that is. It is a good water ride, this.
Unless we see anything like whilst we're walking through.
Yeah, unless there's any rides that we see like the train open or something like that, but the train was shut earlier. Anyway, just walking past the accelerator now. It does seem like the crowds are dying off a little bit, but as you can see, the queues are still really quite long. There we go, final ride of the day. Storm Force 10, an absolute super soaker. I remember in the last vlog of this I did, I mistakenly said it was an Intamin log flume, of which it actually isn't. It's developed by another company, I can't think, is it Bear or something like that? But they are a startup from Intamin, which is why it's so similar to the Intamin log flume, or like, you know, log flume ride like Valhalla. One thing that does get me a lot is the fact that you've got an old flume dryer over there from Alton Towers. But then when we were at Alton Towers the other day, there was a Breen dryer from Breen Theme Park down in the southwest. So with it being such a lovely day, I don't know how long the queue's going to be for this, but I'm imagining a good half hour. It's a super soaker. We got our raincoats, but they're not going to help much. We'll see you when we get off of the ride. I don't know how long the queue is for this, but it's a nice day, so I'm imagining it's going to be quite long. It's got some good theming in here of a lifeguard station with a Storm Force 10 coming. Right, so we've just come off of Storm Force 10 and my raincoat is not waterproof, as you can see.
Like the arms on mine aren't waterproof, but luckily I'm not wearing.
Like, you look bone dry, but these are soaked. Jeans are soaked, same here.
Shoes.
Like, it has made its way into my underwear, that's all I'm going to say.
No, you delete that.
So yeah, but I love that ride. You know what? That's made me very happy, that ride now. I feel that the negatives of the day have been somewhat outweighed by that. Like, the queue wasn't too bad. However, again, the social distancing in the queue was non-existent. But the ride itself was amazing. We got a back row on that one, which wasn't too bad for the 2 forward drops, but the reverse drop kind of tipped a bucket over our heads. So you're not safe no matter where you sit on that. I'd probably say you want to stay in row 3 or 2 if you're going to be on that, but obviously they're social distancing groups. Anyway, we're going to go get some ice cream now because it's about 10 past 4 and we're soaked, so I don't want to sit in the car absolutely sopping wet.
Yeah, that's the excuse for ice cream, right?
So we're going to go get some ice cream and pay our parking ticket for the day, which is £6 a park here, by the way, so just so you know. It's the first theme park that we've had to actually pay for parking on site. Obviously we have been to Yarmouth and Blackpool, we've had to pay for parking on those, but this is the first theme park we've had to pay for parking. Obviously we're Merlin Pass annual pass holders, so we don't have to worry about the parking for that. Right, so here is one of the parking machines. This is a quiet one in the middle of it, so just get paid for the parking now. You get a ticket when you arrive, and yeah, you got to pay for your parking. Ticket that I got this morning, I insert this. So we get the old Google Pay out because it is contactless here, which is good. There we go. That's fun. So let's end the day on a high with some Kelly's ice cream. Bit of a queue for it. So we've come out of the ice cream stand now, ending the day with an ice cream. Got a double scoop for £3.50, that ain't bad. And I've got a bonus half scoop on there. Louise, what did you get?
A single scoop chocolate on a chocolate cone, because I never got these as a kid. My parents never paid me the chocolate.
It's the extra 20p. I need to eat this because it's dripping now. So we'll see you when we've finished eating these and we're in the vlog. Right guys, so we just had our ice cream and I'm going to end the vlog here. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had a really good day here. I do like Drayton Manor. I do feel though that now they're under new management, they really need to invest in this park and get some new attractions in, reopen some of the old ones like the dark rides. Obviously with coronavirus at the moment, they've had to close certain rides which other parks have opened, so like if they implemented the right things in, it would have been fine. It would be fine, I reckon. As for social distancing aspects, the park's doing most of what they can do. They've got the markings and all that, but the staff aren't actively telling people to social distance, and because of such, the queues are a little bit crowded. Overall though, I've had a pretty good day, you know. Like I say, the only thing is the lack of rides, really, to be honest. I don't think we'll be coming back here until they have more rides in their lineup, or until like they open the rides that are closed. Like, they've got Dodgems Ahoy closed, they've got the train closed, they've got the 4D Cinema closed, Hauntings closed, that's just a few. And obviously now G-Force is gone. But yeah guys, I'm going to leave the vlog there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like the video guys, by all means leave a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, it really helps. And we'll see you in next week's vlog. Until then, bye! You got ice cream around your mouth?